Now it's Maldini. And it's Kaká. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Vieira conjures time and space where few can. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Bellingham showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. He's beaten the last man. And he's made sure that's not getting through. And he's heaved it away. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Nicely shaped ball, and he's picked it up out wide, and that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it. This is the time you need that pace.
And he cuts out the supply. Nesta is a man so notably robust and resolute in his defending.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Ronaldinho. Rummenigge. Kaká. Rummenigge. Rummenigge was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And it's Bellingham. Now, can they get him away? Rijkaard. Vieira.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Kaká. Kaká running with the ball. Well, it's more pressure than ball at the moment. It's gone out for a throw-in. And it's Rijkaard. Oh, easy pickings there. Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. Oh, that's been cut out, well played. Ronaldinho is someone who's always looking to catch the eye with his trickery. Bale. Maldini. Rijkaard. Bale. And here's Ibrahimovic. It's Ibrahimovic! What a wonderful goal!
I think this is a very welcome time for a goal, Peter. There was a momentary drop-off into defence, and he was just too good a player to miss that. A special talent has given us all a very special memory. Well, a 1-2 is easier to pull off than most dribbles, and I think we've just seen the proof.
Benfica have penetrated for the first time.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it.
And the referee has signalled for half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Manchester United come in at half-time on the wrong end of a 1-0 scoreline.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. Back on the way then.
Manchester United can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Just eases him off the ball. And here's Ibrahimovic. That's where it came from.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
玉木委員
お、ムサタンお疲れ。
And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. He's had it taken off him. Some really good ball movement. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
なんだそれ。
Vieira. Down by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. And here's Messi. Bellingham. And it's Ronaldinho. Brilliantly cut out. And it's been hooked away. Bale. Rijkaard. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Thuram. Aims beyond the defence. Chance for a shot!
危ね
A truly spectacular effort. Speculative, yes, but he's entitled.
It's clear there was only ever one thing on his mind, Peter.
Now it's Messi. Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldinho.
え。なんだよそれ。
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
They're coming again and again.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, considering they're only one down, they're closer to conceding a second than scoring a leveller.
And it's Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho going face-to-face with his great rival. And the finish! Well taken goal. Manchester United are back on level terms. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
So we have movement on both benches. Manchester United restore parity.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should...
Goal! Benfica! And they're back in front. A really thumping header. Absolutely crashes it in.
Well, you've always got that threat.
Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. And that's going to be a booking. He does seem to be in considerable discomfort, but do hope it's nothing serious. They're taking a moment to consider their options. Gattuso tries to play it through. That's good play. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And the pass is intercepted. And he's managed to get free. Lovely bit of skill. Vieira. That'll be a throw. That's tidy. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, that is a good ball to find him. Varane with a fine tackle.
Well, you'd expect nothing less from him, Peter.
And he's quick to return it. Yamal receives it in a wide position.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
And it's Bale. Bale will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Thuram gets the foot in and wins the ball. Looking to play him in. Tevez. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
That has been cut short. Over to the right flank. Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
新環境どうですか？
なんか微妙だね。も
The
ったりしてる気が
specialist
する。
in tearing teams apart. Tevez. Oh, well played.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
なんだよ、ラギーナ、マジで。
I think we're about to see
や
a
っぱね、デ
frenetic
ィビが
finish.
重いね。
No
もっ
half
さり
measures
マ
from
ジで。
here.
Oh, nice touch. Taken
There's
off
a-
it pretty forcefully. Yamal. Gattuso. And it's Pirlo. And here's Messi. Messi.
そこじゃねえよ。
Used a certain sixth
ゴミだな、パ
sense.
スが。
And there's his chance to lead the counter. Maldini. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. A game of margins of thrills, the sort of game that is a great...
「アザールどうですか？」
アザール取ってないよ。でもそのうち取る予定。ああ、ファンダイクミスった。
20日もあるので気長に考えましょう。
そうね。まあでも強いとは思うけどね。ベリンガム ST 行ってみるか。
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Red and black wherever you turn, the San Siro is buzzing. Certainly up for this one. So we're very much on the way now.
I think it goes without saying, Peter, that Michel Platini will be standout here.
Yeah, a man, of course, who's been idolised by so many, but bettered by almost no man.
Yeah, maybe other players can do it on their day, Peter, but with this fella, he could do it repeatedly. He did it over and over again. It's because he had a wonderful understanding of the game and an incredible ability to read things before
メッシお
everyone
前
else.
前出ろや。
Did it all with style and pizzazz, and that is the signature of the great man himself. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt They were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Tevez has the space to scheme. He's got away. Not the most accurate pass. Looking tidy in possession. Bellingham! Denied by an instinctive save.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And this is... And Messi! Goal! Manchester United! Manchester United take the...
スラカード出やすくなったのでお気をつけて。
あ、それくるくるさんもやってた
That is
ね。
a cracking hit.
Oh, how does he get the ball to do that? He's on another level to most of his peers.
でもなんか最近スライディングしなくてもね、ボールなんか取りやすくなった気がする。しろよ。
So, a breakthrough already. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Seedorf. And this is Ibrahimovic. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Platini. Ibrahimovic. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. That is a brilliant interception. Cruyff. Bellingham. He's beaten the last man. Decent chance! And he hits the net. Again, in a trice. And they are soaring. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable. And that's it. Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Red is the colour, the only colour. We bring you this game, of course, from Old Trafford, Manchester. We are just getting started. Well, there's the unmistakable figure of Luis Suarez, the sharpest of sharpshooters, both for club and country, Jim.
Well, I'll add the word razor sharp to that, Peter.
And of course, when he moved to the Catalan capital in 2014, he became the last piece in one of them. Dembele! Oh, crossbar! He scored!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
Ronaldo duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
So, a breakthrough already. Great defending, strong and determined. And he's had it nicked away. Bellingham. Ball's gone out of play. Intercepts the throw. That's well read. Can he get it through? And it's Fernando Torres. Couldn't squeeze it through. Manchester United leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0. Looking for options for movement. Thuram gives no quarter whatsoever.
Messi really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
That's a little off target. And that was nowhere near his best. Messi promptly onto that, and that is that. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Threads one in. Whistle's gone, that's foul. Bergobi is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. Look at the space, having a shot! Off the post! That's put paid to the danger. Oh, what has happened here? Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
Mateus. Manchester United do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls from deep, Peter. The front men have certainly been busy making the runs beyond that defence.
Oh, it's a tried and tested formula, OK, but very demanding too.
Well, you need your boys up front to work extremely hard, and you need to get the passing right as well, of course.
Bellingham, he's had a shot! Bellingham, that is brilliant! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Manchester United are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break.
Oh, easy pickings there. He's having a pop! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Cristiano Ronaldo actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Manchester United with their first corner, the first in the game for either side. Header! Defending of the desperate variety. Firm header just off target.
He did so well there, it's just a shame about the accuracy.
Corner number 2 then.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And now they can spring out of defence. And it's Guti. Zanetti tries to play it through. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Looking for a runner. Well timed, excellent interception. Thuram. And they win it back again. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier.
Manchester United have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
And this is Cruyff. Guti did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Oh, he's on his own! Torres! What about that from Fernando Torres? Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. Half-time imminent! What a time to score! And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Japan cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
Oh, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
Can he get on the end of this? That's it, 45 minutes up. That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football, and it's fair to say that both teams have played their part. Neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
Manchester United ahead by just the odd goal in 3. It is 2-1 at the interval. And so the action is resumed. And this is Cruyff. Oh, he's been caught napping. Casillas claims it. Safe hands. Xavi Alonso. And it's Guti. Aimed beyond the defence. Oh, nicely intercepted. Here's a man who his teammates can look to in all times. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless.
Ah, やばすぎ。
And the shot! It's turning into quite a gem, this.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
He's shifting through the gears here.
なんで
No joy this time.
We're in for an intriguing second half now, contrasting moods that could reverse in a flash.
Great vision. And he's cut it out. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Can he finish? Goal! Manchester United! And they get themselves in front! And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
Manchester United leading now. Dida gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Well, the counter-attack will come to nothing because that is an errant touch.
It speaks for itself, doesn't it? Best left there.
And he's straight offside. Japan appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Xavi Alonso. Robertson. Nicely weighted ball, distributed tidily. He's found a way through. Bellingham stood his ground strongly. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. That's a super give and go. Manchester United have themselves a corner, I think. Yes, they do. So, third corner of the game. And the shot! And there's a goal!
Substitution for Manchester United. Number 23.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Number 10.
Manchester United go up by 2 and are looking good.
Well, that's pretty much sealed it now, and surely, Peter, we're not going to see any complacency after that.
Number 5. Bellingham. Coming on
Knocks
the
it into
field.
space.
Number
Out
15.
towards the flank.
Hazard. Number 22.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played,
Number
well
7,
stopped.
Tevez. Number 21. Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. Number 11. Bale. Substitutions taking place.
And now a sudden chance to counter. And he's managed to get free. Cannavaro simply refused to be outdone there. Tevez. He has a look out. And this is Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho! And again. Yes! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. And that's it. Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. And that gets things running.
Giuseppe Bergami, certainly one of the fiercest opponents I've had the honour of facing.
Well, one of Italy's finest and surely anyone's fiercest opponent.
lovely.
Oh, what has happened here? Azar. Well, he's looking to get away, but the defending is persistent, adhesive. Neymar. That's a lovely, neat pass. And that could set him on his way. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Tries to play it through. Del Piero concedes a free kick for that. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Nicely weighted ball. He's picked his way through. Plays it. Oh, great leap! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
That ball looks a good one. Ronaldo is herring after that one. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Azar. That's a nicely shaped ball. Bellingham unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Now it's Neymar. Oh, they could break here. Oh, Red, nice interception. Quality ball.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Hazard. Del Piero. And this is Del Piero. Hazard. Courtois breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Cruyff. Neither side yet able to find the net. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Makaleli. Looking to pass their way up the pitch.
Madrid really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
Now it's Hullet. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. That's good running with the ball. And it's Cruyff. Now that looks a decent ball. Hullet looking for the chance to skim one in from range. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
That's the keeper's ball. Bergomi cuts it out. This is a promising build-up. Vieira. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Now, the ball's gone astray. That is good strength. Cruyff. Now that's well seen too. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Del Piero. Still waiting for the game's first breakthrough goal. Cruyff. And he was quick to react. Neymar. Pull it. And this is Del Piero. Now it's Neymar. And this is Hazard. Oh, nice touch. And this is Neymar. Cruyff. Hazard. Shapes to shoot! Worth a try. Shame about the outcome.
Well, there wasn't much else on there, so why not have a crack? So nearly paid off too.
Neymar. Thuram proves too strong, too smart. Oh, nicely intercepted. Neymar is a player who's always giving defenders headaches. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slip. And that is the end of the first half. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. So your views on the first half?
Well, there's one standout, Peter, that needs improving, and that's the passing. All too often it's been found wanting, you know, much to the frustration of everyone around. And I'd go so far as to say that it's the biggest contributor as to why we have the scoreline we do.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Well, I can imagine...
And Tevez! Superb goal!
Well, it's hardly a great surprise to see him doing something thrilling, and it should send a strength and courage through every one of his teammates from here.
Pressure? What pressure? He feels none of it.
Tevez demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
The first breakthrough.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
Vieira. Bergomi. And here's Del Piero. Great defending, strong and determined. Ambitious ball here. No, he's just misjudged that one. And they win it back again. And it's Azar. And that interception was most necessary.
Incentive set and incentive met. Now they've got to take it on another level.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Just about up to the hour now. And here's Azar. He's shifting through the gears here. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
They're coming again and again.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Varane promptly onto that, and that is that. Cruyff conjures time and space where few can. Your impression so far, Jim?
There's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally they need to maintain an attacking endeavour.
And this is Azar, and the shot! Thuram getting this one clear.
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
And here's Del Piero.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
Shot a goal! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Yeah, Peter, I think the smartest of reactions, and he just attacked the danger.
Makaleli. He's found a way past. Picked out brilliantly. Now it's Azar. He can run onto that. Oh, just skips past his man. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Pass somewhat off target. And here's Hullet. And he shoots! Well, now it's a race for the ball.
Madrid really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Now, can they get him away? Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Hullet, looking tidy in possession here. Del Piero. Bullish header! And there's a goal! Right back in it! Almost no time remaining. Game still on. The movement so precise. The finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal
So changes afoot here, and from both sides. We're looking at a different game now.
Madrid really can sense it now. This game is theirs to win. They just need to step it up and force the issue.
This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Van Dijk. Thuram.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Bergomi. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic. This might spell danger. In! Frustratingly close. Pirlo. Time added on will be 2 minutes. Bellingham. Ibrahimovic running with intent. Distributed tidily, and it's played in. Tries to get it clear. The shrill sound of the whistle, and that is that. A draw, and a highly unpredictable one. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. This place is rocking, menacing, intimidating, almost primal, beyond description, really. This is just another ordinary day, though, in the life of the Boca nation. So we're very much on the way now.
Alessandro Costa Curta, he doesn't have what you'd call a classic centre-back's physique, does he?
No, but his game is never really about athleticism, power and the physical stuff. He never has to let it be.
Yeah, it's interesting because he's still become considered one of the greatest defenders of his time. How's that?
Well, it's characteristics like leadership, his class, his tenacity. He's nigh on perfect reading of the game and all done with immaculate discipline.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he's managed to get free. Vieira. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Now Costa Curta. Neymar. Sends it crossfield. Nice sequence of passes, this. And it's Rui Costa. And here's Ibrahimovic. That's a delicate pass. Stood up well to him there. It is early, but The game hasn't yet sparked into life. Now it's Azar. Thuram proves too strong. That is good alertness. Threads one in. Thuram. And it's Szoboszlai. And he's found a way past. That is a brilliant interception. And here's Ibrahimovic.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Now it's Bale. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Can he finish? It's loose and there's a race for the ball.
Dida.
Oh, he's been caught on it here. Very nicely done. Manchester United, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. That's going wide left. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. That's an imaginative pass. And that could set him on his way. Tchouaméni. Boca Juniors are inclined to exhibit a more cavalier approach to the game, Jim.
Yeah, possession-based football can be expansive and stylish, provided you have enough ballers in your team and someone who can dictate the tempo. It's not a style that anyone can necessarily play easily, Peter.
Cristiano Ronaldo, and this is Ronaldinho. Szoboszlai is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Neymar. Now Costa Curta. Messi is sharing after that one. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. And that interception was most necessary. Now it's Bale. He's having a pop! That was superb goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Manchester United with the corner. They're first. Boca Juniors have the chance to go the other way. He's being urged to shoot. He's had a shot! It's bounced back off the post. He is desperate to get on the score sheet, but not this time.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get the reward if they can stick at this.
Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. Rui Costa. And it's Ibrahimovic. That's a good ball out wide. Pirlo. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Rui Costa does really well to win the ball there. There could be trouble here. No, that's been intercepted. Thuram.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
And he has been fouled there. And that's going to be a booking. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldinho. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. And that is the end of the first half. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. The midway point of the game.
Manchester United really can be happy with the strong finish to the half and have no reason to be upset with their overall performance. I think they just need to keep going now. Stick at it and eventually they'll get a break.
So at the halfway stage, we still have deadlock. The score 0-0.
Cambio en Boca Juniors. Número 6.
So we're off again.
Entran.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Pass somewhat off target.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. And he was quick to react. Rummenigge. Szoboszlai. Pirlo gets across and deals with it. He's had it taken off him. Ronaldinho cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
And the shot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Neymar with the short one. That's a lovely, neat pass. Manchester United are looking to go forward now. Now it's Hazard. Costa Curta gets a foot in here. Up towards the hour mark and still no goals. Howson is always looking to break lines. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Now it's Dani Olmo. Szoboszlai. Thuram. Messi. Opts to play it back. Real chance! Goal! How they've waited! Now they have it!
I think you have to appreciate the simplicity and efficiency of it all there, Peter. The ease at which the defence got taken out of the equation, and he was never going to miss that.
Cambio en Boca Juniors. Número 20.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides. There's going to be a major shake-up in the attack here.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what system they'll be playing with now, Peter.
Número 7.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, when the going gets tough, etc., they can still turn this round, I think.
Costa Curta. Your impression so far, Jim?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. OK, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably, and I mean considerably.
He's found a way through.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
They're coming again and again.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, good spread. Dani Olmo finding himself in space. Takes a shot! And that's in! Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
And now he has two. Boca Juniors are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
Messi currently being consciously targeted.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Turan tries to pass it through. That's very neat. Dembele's delivery. It's a throw-in. And it's Bergomi. Pirlo. No, didn't quite have the weight on it.
Manchester United are certainly now looking like a sorry lot. They haven't got a proper defence or attack, for that matter.
Zanetti. And it's Nakata. Chouameni. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Howson. Costa Curta. Zanetti. Costa Curta. Boca Juniors clearly now in lead preservation mode. Now Howson. Vieira. And that's really well manoeuvred. Rummenigge. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Cristiano Ronaldo shapes to shoot! It's a goal! And what a climax we have here! Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Manchester United give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, the mindset has changed. Now they need to find all the courage they can get.
Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. This is a promising build-up. In with the challenge.
Não será.
And that is that. Manchester United can justifiably find this a hard one to swallow.